Hello, my friends. Dr. Eric Epstein here. Many of you know me, but for those who don't, I am an integrative chiropractor here in Louisville, Kentucky. And because I'm an integrative chiropractor, I pay very, very close attention to how the systems of our body work together with each other and what kinds of things can interfere with those systems of the bodies working together with each other. I want to spend just a few minutes of your time today talking about a question that I am regularly asked, and that is, what kind of supplementation should I be taking during this time, which has been a very difficult time for all of us. We're all having to become accustomed to situations and circumstances that we've never experienced before in our lifetimes. And hopefully we'll all get through it well. For my patients, my friends, family, I miss you all. I cannot wait to get back to work again. Things are going well from a health perspective for virtually everybody that I know, and I hope that's the case for all the rest of you. But in the meantime, I hope you find this useful, and if you do, pass it on. It's what I can do while I'm finding that I have time off. But before we start, this is going to be very informal. I'm not a formal person. The information that you are about to receive is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Use this information at your discretion. If you're in acute distress, seek medical attention immediately. And you know, when we talk about immunosupport, we have to talk about far more than just supplementation. And oftentimes you have questions. If you have questions for myself or my associate, Dr. Nan Crossgrove, this is our contact information. Feel free to use it at your discretion if you need to get in touch with us either way. So, as I had said before, there are many mechanisms that we can use to support really good, healthy immunity. And many of those things are innate to us as humans, and that is to say, good sleep, good fresh air, exercise, eating right, meaning eating lots of green leafy vegetables if you're able to, lots of herbs, things like parsley, mint, cilantro, excellent for supporting good immunity, drinking lots of clean, pure water, and having some kind of interaction with other people, even if it's just like this. And thank goodness now we at least have the technology that we can see and speak to each other. What I want to present to you is a list of helpful supplements that are safe for just about anybody. And if there are any contraindications for using these supplements, I'm going to indicate them at the end. I'll show you how to take them. And of course, they're all things that are easily accessible anywhere on the net or at your local health food store, assuming they are still open. Some of these things can even be bought at regular grocery stores. So this is a short list of foundational immunosupportive supplements. That's very important. Incidentally, this is my beard of solitude. For those of you who know me, let me know if I should keep it. Not a comprehensive list, not intended to be. We're all different, but these are some foundations that can be very, very helpful. First one, vitamin C. I'm a big proponent and supporter of the work of Dr. Linus Pauling, and vitamin C is recommended, especially for immunosupport, at dosages of 5,000 to 10,000 milligrams per day for adults, 500 to 5,000 milligrams per day for children, and 100 to 500 milligrams per day in infants. You cannot just begin high dosages of C. You have to work up to them. You have to build what is called, still getting used to this, guys and gals, bowel tolerance. There we go. You must work up to higher doses because too much vitamin C too quickly will cause diarrhea. It's harmless diarrhea, but you don't need any more aggravation than you already have. So how do you increase dosage on C so you can reach those high levels of C that are immunosupportive? Infants begin with 50 milligrams once a day. Ages 2 to 8, 100 milligrams one time a day. 9 to 12, 500 milligrams one time a day. And 13 to adult begin with 1,000 milligrams one time per day. And every day then, add additional milligrams until you work up to what you can tolerate. That being, in infants, you're just going to do the 50 milligrams because they probably aren't going to need more than that once or twice a day. Ages 2 to 8, 50 milligrams, work up to 100 milligrams twice a day. 9 to 12, 100 milligrams, work up to 2,500 milligrams twice per day. 13 to adult, 500 milligrams, work up to 2,500 to 3,500 milligrams twice a day. If a dose causes diarrhea, go down to the last dose that didn't cause diarrhea and stay there for a few days. You can then begin to tighter up if you need to. Who should not take vitamin C? There are some people that may want to consider consulting with their doctor or healthcare provider about adding C, and those include people with diagnosed oxalate disorders. If you're on chemotherapy, if you have kidney stones, be cautious about approaching C or any nutritional supplement in addition to C. Vitamin D3. Now, vitamin D3 is very immunosupportive, and it's not toxic at higher doses, unlike its cousin, vitamin D2. D2 is ergocalciferol. D3 is cholecalciferol. So when you want to supplement vitamin D3, you want to be supplementing the cholecalciferol. Adults, and you don't have to ramp up slowly with D3 in most cases. Adults, you want 5,000 to 10,000. I use one time a day. Still haven't figured this thing out. Children, 2,000 to 5,000 IUs per day, and infants, 400 to 1,000 IUs per day. And again, you don't need to gradually increase dosage of D3, and it is called cholecalciferol. It's actually a hormone, among other things. Who shouldn't take vitamin D3? And again, talk with your doctor. The benefits may outweigh the risks in some cases in these times. If you have chronic arrhythmias, imbalances of electrolytes, hypercalcemia, renal or kidney dysfunction, hepatobiliary dysfunction, that's the liver and gallbladder, and the reason for that is because the kidneys convert vitamin D3 to its functional form. If your kidneys aren't doing a very good job and you're prone to these kinds of problems, you may have a problem with D3. Talk it over with your healthcare provider. We can't talk about immunity and not also talk about CBD, cannabinoids, the endocannabinoid system, CBG, immune receptors, and as most of you know, I am a proponent of Zalise Ultracell. Zalise.com, Dr. Eric DC / Dr. Eric DC is my website. I think it's the finest cannabinoid supplement on the market because of its bioavailability. You don't need to take very much of it. But the endocannabinoid system exists throughout the entire body. There are two forms, the central form and more peripheral form. It has profound influence on immunity, profound influence on our systems of the body working in harmony with each other. That's called homeostasis. In fact, the endocannabinoid system is considered the engine of homeostasis. People that should not take cannabinoids are people that tend to be allergic to them. Cannabis is a flower, and there's a possibility of allergy. And dosage is very, very dependent upon the individual. No one takes the same amounts, and even the same individual may need different quantities at different times. But the endocannabinoid system is vital for enforcing good immunity and to keeping our body systems in balance with each other. The last supplement I'd like to discuss is called NAC, or N-acetylcysteine. N-acetylcysteine. It increases glutathione in your blood, in your body fluids. So what is glutathione? Glutathione is a really, really, really important antioxidant. It's made by your body. It is especially important to the liver because it's one of the things that allows the liver to change things that are really, really bad for us into things that are either good for us or neutral. Everything passes through the liver at some point or another. You need lots of glutathione, and N-acetylcysteine is a good way of increasing the amounts of glutathione you have in your liver and the rest of your body. Glutathione is absolutely vital for optimal function of the brain. It helps to clean the brain when debris is in the meat, or called parenchyma of the brain. And so N-acetylcysteine, really, really important. This is what I consider to be a foundational supplement. And again, no need to ramp up on this one. N-acetylcysteine, adults, 300 to 600 milligrams per day. Children, 1 to 200 per day. Infants, 50 to 100 milligrams per day. N-acetylcysteine. Who should not take N-acetylcysteine? Only one case, and that is if you are on the prescription drug nitroglycerin, not the explosive. N-acetylcysteine can enhance nitroglycerin effects. So again, one of those things to talk over with your provider. Now listen, it's always a good idea to have a provider that you trust. And it's always a good idea to ask them questions and make sure they're willing to answer your questions. If something doesn't sound right to you, then don't assume that it is the final word on the issue that you have questions about. And that includes anything I say to you. If something sounds off, then ask me about it and hold me to task. And I'll try to do the best I can. I will be making more of these videos as time allows. I hope you all do well, be well, stay well, and hopefully that we'll be over this sooner than later.